belt of furniture. Traditions contain slivers of wisdom. When they seem to conflict, each is a facet of the same primeval truth. The Nazi gnosis was nourished by traditionalist, syncretistic, occult elements, rejection of modernism. As a negation of traditional spiritual values, the Enlightenment, age of reason, is seen as the beginning of modern depravity, where fascism can be defined as a rationalism, the cult of action for action's sake. Action, being beautiful in itself, must be taken before without reflection. Thinking is a form of emasculation. Thus, culture is suspect insofar as it is identified with critical attitudes. Disagreement is treason. The critical spirit makes distinctions to distinguish as a sign of modernism. Fear of difference. Consensus fear, exploitation of fear of difference. The first appeal of a fascist movement is hostility to intruders, individual and social frustration. The typical feature of fascism is the appeal to a frustrated middle class suffering from economic crisis or feelings of political humiliation and frightened by the pressure of lower social groups. Obsession with the plot. The followers must feel besieged. Only its enemies can provide identity to the nation. Thus, at the root of fascist psychology is obsession with a plot, possibly an international one, but the plot must also come from inside. The enemy is both strong and weak. By continuous shifting of rhetorical focus, the enemy are at once too strong and too weak. Pacifism can be defined to me. For your fascism, there is no struggle for life, but rather life is lived for struggle. Contempt for the weak. Elitism is a typical aspect of any reactionary ideology. Everybody is educated to become a hero. Terrorism is the norm. The cult of Taoism is strictly linked to the cult of death. Machismo implied both disdain for women and intolerance and condemnation of non-standard sexual habits, from chastity to homosexuality. The ur-fascist hero tends to play with weapons. Doing so becomes an ersatz phallic exercise. Selective populism. Individuals have no rights. The people's equality, a monolith expressing the public will. There is no future of media populism, in which the emotional response of a selected group of citizens can be presented and accepted as the voice of the people. Newspeak. Nazi or fascist schoolbooks used an impoverished vocabulary and an elementary syntax to limit the instruments for complex and critical reasoning. Obsession with a pump from inside. Nazi or fascist schoolbooks used an impoverished vocabulary and an elementary syntax to limit the instruments for complex and critical reasoning.